Hello, I'm Fiona. I want to share with you a personal story about how I was putting up with something. And the reason why I want to share this with you is because it's had a profound effect on me. And it was having a profound negative effect on me. And this effect, this change, it didn't happen all of a sudden because that would have been obvious. It happened very subtly. So I'm wondering how many of you, like me and like my clients, put up with something that over a period of time it chips away at you to the extent that, like me, what happened to me is it changed who I am. It changed the essence of my being. It changed my spirit. It changed everything about me, and I didn't even realise, because it happened so gradually over time that it was only when things started to be different, started to be better, I started to get myself back, that I realised how profoundly things had changed. So this is what happened. Back in 2015, I changed country and I started to live part-time in Portugal and part-time in England. Great. And then shortly after this, I moved out of the community and I moved in to Lisbon, the capital city. And I started to notice that I wasn't sleeping too well and different things are happening. And I just thought, well, that's to be expected. It's quite stressful moving to a city. I'd never lived in a city before, a city where I didn't speak the language, I didn't know anyone. So I just thought that some of these changes were natural. Fast forward 6 months and I'm still not sleeping that well, and I'd made new friends and I had more of a social life, so all of that was good. So I didn't really think much of it. And then I started to notice it was like I was having two menstrual cycles. I was actually having my actual menstrual cycle where I was bleeding, but sort of halfway between my cycle, I was experiencing mood swings. Not that I was showing them, but I was just aware of them. And I was aware that I really need to keep my counsel a bit more than usual, because I was just aware that something was off. Like the day before you have your period, things feel a bit off and you feel a bit emotional and a bit more easily triggered. Well, that was going on, but it was going on every 2 weeks, and it was not a day, or it was to begin with, and then it slowly started to be more. So after a while, I started talking to family and friends about it, and they were saying, oh, you're stressed, oh, it's natural, you're getting older, it's a hormone change, or it will settle, when you're doing really well for yourself. So I put up with it. I was just like, well, okay, yep, makes sense. This is normal. So then, I get into a relationship and things seem, things seem different, and different in a good way, and then they seem different in a not so good way. And again, I was just like, okay, the reason why my periods are now all over the place, that they were being irregular for the first time in my life, that's natural, it's normal. I'm experiencing a lot of stress at the moment. It's never happened to me before, but I'm sure it's natural and normal, and it will be okay. So, then the relationship ends and I finally think, hold on, that something's going on here. So I go to the doctor. I go and see a gynaecologist privately because I was based in Portugal at the time, and she says I've got 2 cysts, and this is the explanation for everything going wrong with my period cycle and everything else that was happening. And she asked me to do blood tests, so I got a whole load of blood tests done, and the medicine was take the contraceptive pill for 3 months. I didn't quite agree, but again I was like, okay, if it helps, if my period comes back, my hormones regulate, fantastic. So I done what she said, and it all seemed to be working on the surface of things. And then I went back to her, and I didn't have a good experience when I went back. But basically she said that things were fine, and that was it. And I could go, everything was fine. And she gave me the name of a medication to take if my period stopped again, and she said, oh, everything's fine, just do this and you'll be okay. So, okay, she's the doctor, I listened to her, and that was the beginning of last year, 2018. And then this year, I was under stress in December, and my period stopped again, and I thought, okay, it's just stress again. But after it still hadn't come back 3 months later, I started to think, okay, something's wrong. I need to get this sorted out. So then I had it in the back of my mind to go and see a gynecologist, and I was going to wait until my period back in the UK. And then I collapsed. And not once, I collapsed 3 times. And then I was just like, whoa, I really need to get some help now. So I consulted a few more doctors and talked to a few more friends, spent quite a lot of money in the process, and eventually I found a herbalist. A friend recommended me to him in the UK, and before this I also started taking the medication because I decided that I needed to start my period again. And I had my period and it felt good. And in between, I saw this herbalist as well, and I started taking some herbs from him. And my period happened naturally this month. But what I've noticed, and you can probably see the expression on my face has changed, is that, along with my period cycle returning, my joy has returned. And a lot of people say, you look very happy. And I am. And I have this resting about me, and I have this inner peace about me that is very happy and joyful, and I'm grateful for it. But now I'm experiencing the kind of joy that I used to experience, that I totally forgot about, that I used to experience it. And not only that, I'm feeling this woohoo sense of adventure that I used to have, that I didn't have before, and it just feels great. So I shared my story in depth with you because I want you to understand that, and I know that I may get criticism, I hope I don't, but I may get criticism through this video. Oh, you work with energy, you should know better. And I was judging myself as well. But hey, everything was telling me that what I was feeling was normal. I was stressed. It was a change of environment. It wasn't surprising it had an effect on my body. And I was waiting for my body to sort itself out. And I really, truly believed that it would. And I was doing my energy work, and I was meditating and everything else. And I was doing good. Everybody said, you've all been telling me how good I look and how happy I look. But the thing was, inside of me, I was like, hold on, something's not quite right. It was just this nagging sense. And I was thinking about changing my diet and things like that. And so I'm reaching out to you. How many of you have a nagging sense that something's not quite right? Or how many of you know for sure that something's not right? Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's a feeling that you've got that's not too good. Maybe it's something from the past that you can't let go of. Now, what I'm suggesting is you do what I done. You reach out for help. Friends and family are great, but also reach out for professional help. Talk to people, get consultations. If you can get free consultations, the better. Start wanting to be well. Start thinking about, do I feel like I used to? And don't throw excuses like, oh, I'm getting older, I'm stressed, like I did. Really contemplate, do you feel as much joy and fulfilled in your life as you want to feel? And if you don't, reach out to me, reach out to whoever it occurs to you to reach out to, and have a free consultation with me. Let's talk about it. You know, if through the consultation you get what you need and you leave, and that's great, fantastic, great, I just want you to be well. But really, if something's been going on for a while, and especially if it's subtly, but deep down you know something's wrong, let's get it sorted and let me help you do it. Let me stand with you and support you to finding what you need to be well, to have your joy, adventure and spirit back again. I look forward to talking to you. Take care. Fiona Maguire from realenergyforall.com. Take care. Bye.